Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk about things I wish I knew before I spent 100 hours in Temtem. I think I'm at like 98 hours, but 100 sounds better. Some of these things might be obvious, but I still thought it was worth making, even if it only helps one person. So obviously throughout my journey in Temtem, I learned a lot, wasted a lot of items, and lost a lot of time doing things in the name of science. Things that would have saved me a lot of time and headache. Let's start the video.
Who's that?
Temtem. Is it just me, or am I the only person who didn't know that there was a healing potion called the Temp Vial that revived and healed your whole party? I beat the whole game without knowing this was an item in the game, and I spent way too much time running back to the Temporium, or as I like to call it, the Temp Center, after every tamer fight. Let me show you where it's at. Go to your backpack, then to key items. And there it is in all its glory. You only get one use, but don't worry, once you go back to the Temp Center, it'll replenish and you can use it again. This should save you a lot of time and money. I'm sure they mentioned this in the beginning of the game, but I was probably not paying attention. So if you're like me, let me know down in the comments so I don't feel so alone. I saw this vault in the Temp Center one day and said to myself, why would I ever store anything in there? So I looked it up and found out items you store in there like temp cards, medical supplies, and possibly even more will transfer to a new character if you choose to start over. It can take up to 10 days, so don't stress if your items aren't instantly there when you start over. I wish I knew about this because I really regret making my guy super pale. It looks like he's always blushing, but I've invested too much time now to start over, so I hope this helps somebody who is in the same situation I was. If you've already been playing Temtem, I'm sure you've seen the boxes that you can kick and get items from. But did you know you can kick trash cans and random junk in the world to get even more items like heals and temp cards? I unfortunately don't have any footage of this, but keep your eyes open for things to kick. It's definitely worth it. If you already finished the story and want to play it with a friend, just know you don't earn any more money from the fights you've already done. It's still a good way to earn XP and find items you've missed. While helping my friend through the game, I was surprised how many boxes I missed and learned a lot of things, inspiring me to make this video. Replaying the story definitely has its perks. Since co-op means you'll be playing with a friend, you'll be able to split a lot of the heals, damage taken, saving you a lot of money on balms and balm pluses. And on top of that, you get to have 2 starters in your party. The only thing I want to mention is if you start the game with a friend and only focus on leveling your one main Temtem, you might have a hard time playing if they're not on at the same time as you. Since all of your other Temtem will be weak, try swapping out your Temtem from time to time.
Spoiler alert.
The last few things I want to talk about could be considered spoilers since it has to do with the story and endgame, but I don't think it's anything serious, so if you keep watching, I wouldn't worry. This one probably won't bother a lot of you, but once you reach the 3rd island, you can't go back until you finish the story. The only reason I wish I knew about this is because when I was trying to record a video for YouTube, I had to go back to the 1st island and I couldn't, so I had to rush through the 3rd island, and it kind of sucked because I like taking my time. But once you beat the story, you can travel between all the islands whenever you want. Also, once you reach the 3rd island, you lose your ice skates and surfboard. You do eventually get your surfboard back, but the ice skates are gone for good. So make sure you get all those loot boxes that require the ice skates before you go to the 3rd island. Now I want to talk about SCI Park. But before I do, I want to say I could easily make a separate video about it giving my thoughts, but I thought it would be worth bringing up in this video. It does say you have a better chance of getting Luma Temtems, but that better chance is barely noticeable if you're specifically grinding for Lumas. It's a fun place to go if you don't have anything else to do, just don't go into it thinking you're 100% going to get a Luma like I did. I spent over 60 hours this week trying to get a Valish and didn't get lucky enough to get one, but I've heard stories where people get it in the first 8 minutes, and that's really cool, but it does suck to waste 60 hours of your life. I can talk a lot more about SCI Park, like how to keep your Temtems from dying and ways to catch Lumas when you run into one, but I hope hearing how low your chances are will save you from getting your hopes up. 60 hours of running back and forth is a long time. But with that said, I really love Temtem and it's in early access. The game is going to grow and get even better with time. I can't wait to see what the game looks like in a year from now, and I don't plan on giving up on future Luma hunts, just because I had some bad luck this time. That's it for the video. Make sure you leave a like and consider subscribing. I work really hard on these videos. If there's anything you want me to make in the future, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Peace.